Hello dear students and welcome back. My name is Ajlin and our lesson today, time travel. How much have you learned? So let's start. Today you are going to analyze the possibility of traveling through time, and in the end you're going to write a composition. For this lesson you need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, internet access, and you can stop the recording anytime you need. So let's start. So far we have been talking about the possibility of traveling through time, of Einstein's theory of relativity, of wormholes, of the possibility of jumping into a time machine and going back into the past to the time when America was discovered, or maybe traveling to the future to see what schools and life in general would be in the year 2200. We're going now to repeat what you have practiced so far. Speaking of dreams, do you sometimes have a daydream? You know what a daydream is? It is a fantasy you have while you are awake. I sometimes have such fantasies. I often think what would happen if I had a time machine. Unfortunately, I don't have a time machine. But if I had a time machine, I would travel 20 years into the future. And if I traveled to 2040, I would find my house, look through the window of that very house, probably see myself and my family, be happy, and then go to the nearest newspaper stand. Do you know why? To buy local newspapers. And what do I need them for? To read the winning lottery numbers. And then return to this time and be happy and know that one day I would be rich. Now it's your turn. You have to form conditional clauses of these here that you can see. You can stop the recording now and write it in your notebook. Let's see now what you have written and if that is correct. I don't have a time machine, but if I had a time machine, I would travel 20 years into the future. If I traveled to 2040, I would find my house. If I found my house, I would look through the window. If I looked through the window, I would see myself and my family. If I saw my family, I would be very happy and I would go to the nearest newsstand. If I went to the nearest newsstand, I would buy newspapers. If I bought local newspapers, I would read the winning lottery numbers. If I read the winning lottery numbers, I would return to this time. If I returned to this time, I would be happy because I would know that one day I would be very rich. Sometimes we also speculate about the past. And what is speculating? It means to form a theory about a subject without firm evidence, to guess possible answers to a question when you do not have enough information to be certain. Have you heard of the story of the man from Tauret? The internet is full of different versions of this story that allegedly happened in the 50s in Japan. Do you know where Tauret is? That is allegedly a state. If you like speculating, if you like time traveling, if you like thinking about different dimensions, then you will enjoy our next task. The internet, as I have already mentioned, is full of different versions of this story. For you, I chose an infographic because it seemed to be the most detailed one. So this link here will lead you to the learning apps where you will be able to watch the video and complete 2 tasks that are connected to the lesson. So watch the video, while watching do these 2 tasks, and after that we are going to do some speculating on that topic. So stop the recording now in order to watch the video. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and let's now speculate. Who was the man? He might have been a spy, as they concluded in Japan, or he could have come from another dimension. When we speculate, we use modal verbs such as might or could, plus have, plus past participle. He might have been a spy. He could have come from another dimension. So who was the man from the story? He could have been a spy. Now copy these notes and try to make sentences out of them. Try to speculate by using modal verbs could or might. Stop the recording in order to do so. Glitch in the matrix means a sudden malfunctioning or fault in the matrix. So please stop the recording and make sentences. As we have already said, he could have been a spy. He might have come from another dimension. He could have been a time traveler. He might have been affected by some other person traveling through time. There could have been a glitch in the matrix. He could have moved from another dimension after he died. Timelines could have been reversed, or it could all have been made up. What is your opinion? Was it all made up, or was he really a man traveling through time or coming from another dimension? So far we have been daydreaming, speculating about the past, and now we are going to do some planning and predicting. What is planning? It is thinking about some action before it takes place. And predicting is saying what will happen in the future. So we are going now to do these predictions. For planning and predicting, we use future continuous and future perfect. What will you have done by the end of this school year? Learn how to cook, buy a car, correct all your marks, earn lots of money, maybe fall in love, get a baby brother. What you have to do now is say that. You can start by saying, by the end of this year, I will have. Now you continue. Write these sentences in your notebook and then we will check them. So you can stop the recording now. And these are the correct sentences. By the end of this school year, I will have learned how to cook. I will have bought a car. I will have corrected all my marks. I will have earned lots of money. I will have fallen in love. I will have got a baby brother. So these are plans or predictions. By the end of this year, of this school year, that will have been over. Do you remember the trotters, Del and Rodney? Well, Del Boy Trotter had a famous saying. He used to say, this time next year, we will be millionaires. And what about you? What will you be doing this time next year? Here are some ideas. Celebrate birthday, play football, drink coffee with my friend, learn in the classroom, not online, dance in a club, swim in the sea. So make sentences, what you will be doing this time next year. Now stop the recording and then we'll check what you have written. So this time next year, I will be celebrating my birthday. I will be playing football. I will be drinking coffee with my friend. I will be learning in my classroom. I will be swimming in the sea. And I will be dancing in a club. Lately, we have been talking a lot about time travel. In this picture, you can see Albert Einstein, and you can see his famous equation, E equals mc squared. So let's talk about time travel once again. This is some of the vocabulary that we have been talking about in the past lessons. If you remember, foreseeable future meant near future. Theory of relativity was this equation E equals mc squared. Wormhole was a bridge in space-time. Spacecraft was a vehicle for flying in space. Space warp was fast traveling in space. The future looks bright meant to have a promising future. Time machine is device for time traveling. Like there is no tomorrow means to do something very energetically. And the wave of the future means very popular in the future. Let's now take a look at this text. In the near future, my theory of E equals mc squared will become the theory of the day. People will be traveling through special time bridges into the future. There will be special vehicles that will be taking people fast into the next dimension. The future looks promising, and I'm sure scientists will be working on the development of special devices for time traveling energetically. People will be transported in no time to the point in the future they would like to go to. One day, time traveling will be very popular. Of that, I'm 100% sure. Now, this text doesn't sound that good. What you have to do now is transform it in a way that you change the bolded words with the idioms that we have learned. So stop the recording now and do this task.
In the foreseeable future, my theory of relativity will become the theory of the day. People will be traveling through wormholes into the future. There will be special spacecrafts that will be taking people in just a few space warps into the next dimension. The future looks bright, and I am sure scientists will be working on the development of time machines like there is no tomorrow. People will be transported in no time to the point in future they would like to go to. One day, time traveling will be the wave of the future. Of that I am 100% sure.
Well done. We have been practicing a lot today. Conditional clauses, future tenses, idioms and words. Now it is time to relax and maybe rethink a little bit. So lay back in your chairs and watch the short video. And we have come almost to the end of the lesson. And always, almost always at the end of the lesson, there is some homework to do. Imagine you could really travel in a time machine. That would be fun. Where would you like to go? Back to the past or forward to the future? Write a short composition, some 200 words, and explain why and where you would like to take that journey. This rubric may help you write your essay well. Your essay should have an introduction. Then you should write why or why not you would like to travel to the future, and why or why not you would like to travel to the past, and of course there should be a conclusion at the end. Make sure you use the idioms and the vocabulary that we have learned in the lessons about time traveling, and pay attention to your grammar and vocabulary. In the end, send your homework to your teacher. And we have come to the end of today's lesson. If you have completed all your tasks, analyzed the possibility of traveling through time and written a composition, then you should take the smiling smiley. If not, don't take the sad smiley, but go back to the part that you haven't done or haven't understood and do it again. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.